And we're away. Straight down to the winger Gary Mercer. Runs into trouble though with Dowling, and Tunks immediately putting him to the ground unceremoniously. Wallace's dummy half. Blindside. Comes the second row forward, Sam Stewart. And now Adrian Shelford, who was originally listed to play in jumper number 10. He's in jumper number 8, as you probably saw. Back to fullback Williams. Gary Jack. Slipping and held by Mark Horrow. 10 metres short of the halfway mark. Now Shearer in there, on a mistake by Australia. But the referee, Mr. Keisha, calling the knock on. Michael O'Connor, who has the safest hands in the business. So the first scrum of the match, 32 metres out from the Australian line. Mr. Keisha, the referee, has handled only one test match before. That was Australia versus Papua New Guinea. It's an untidy scrum, but Australia have come up with it, but he's ruled a knock on again. That's Mr. Keisha. I don't know of too many Indian rugby league referees in the world. He's lived in New Zealand just about all his life. Now New Zealand moving it across the back line. Dean Bell caught and dumped. Brett Kenny got underneath him, drove him back. Now McGahn runs into a brick wall. Wayne Pearce there to take him. Wallace dummy half. Getting it across to the front row forward, Ross Taylor, who has a reputation as being a tough guy. Wallace, blindside move to Shelford, flicking the ball anywhere, picked up, luckily, probably by Horrow. He's caught 32 metres out from the Australian line. Now it's to Friend, across to Cooper. Cutting out Bell with a long pass to Iro, who's put it down, picked up by Australia. And there's a punch on in centre field. Clayton Friend getting in there, arguing with Brett Kenny, some pushing and shoving. The big men come into it. And it stops. He butt in line with the right hand upright, 40 metres out, plenty of height, and just to the side of the post. Brought out by Gary Jack. No score in this test match. Now Jack has brought it out about 12 metres. And now the New Zealand forwards start to return some of the heavy work on the Australian boys as Pearce is caught. Simmons getting a pass away to Tunks. And a late tackle, and there's some heavy work going in on Tunks. Punches being thrown by Taylor. Here it comes, it's on. Well, Taylor came rushing in late on Tunks then. Immediately the Australian forwards responded to his call for help. And the Kiwis came charging in as well. Now Taylor, I thought, was the aggressor in that. Taylor was involved in a knock on Gary and Greg Dowling when the Kiwis played the Queensland side here a couple of weeks ago. In fact, he put Dowling down for the count. That's 10, number 10, Ross Taylor. And as I said to you before, he has a reputation for toughness.
For the kick, high punt kick down into Australian territory taken by Shearer. Shearer ringed by black and white jumpers. They swarm in on him. Still on his feet, Shearer. By geez, had a good season this year. Played very well for the Queensland side in the State of Origin series. Australia now trying to get into the New Zealand territory. They're just short of the halfway territory there, into the ground by about 3 or 4 metres, but line pretty deep now. Let's see who the runners are. Tunks comes barrelling forward, but only goes a metre or two. Brought down pretty quickly. Horrow in there, along with Shelford. Royce Simmons with a special of his. He makes 4 or 5 metres into the black and white territory. Comes out to Lewis, he reverses it back into the other side of the Australian lineup, and there's a good run from Australia as they handball it round now. Look at Lewis looking around for support. Here's Sterling! Sterling for Australia, and he's in! Up a Lewis pass at Sterling, and the Australian side draw first blood. That was a beauty! Oh boy, the Australians willing to throw it around. Sterling in for the green and golds. See it again now as the ball came round to Sterling now. He fired it out to Bobby Lindner. Lindner really spit him up the centre. He got it wide and came back inside to Lewis. Lewis just stood there, had plenty of time. flicked it back to Sterling. Sterling put the accelerator on the floorboards, and there it was, 4 points.
Well, this was a real try. Sterling gets 2 handlings of the play, and so does Wally Lewis. Very seldom you see that happen. He just kept that alive. There's Sterling on the backup.
O'Connor with a kick now. Difficult angle. Gets it in the air. And the flags go up. A magnificent kick from Michael O'Connor. So Australia now lead New Zealand 6-0. The Kiwis a bit slow to get back on side at the moment. They're still running back. Iro takes the ball up, and he makes a break too, and he's got no support. He's weaving his way downfield with some great running there. But where are the Kiwis? They're half a mile back. They need to get on this ball, Ian Maurice, and they need to do it now.
This is Hugh McGann taking it up for the Kiwis in centre field. He's about 40 metres out from the Australian line. The Australians lead 6 points to 0. Now here comes Taylor, turning his back to the fence, getting it away to Clayton Friend. It's gone back for the second row forward, Sam Stewart. Stewart trying to hurdle over everybody, still going. Stewart got a pass back inside, and it's to Taylor, and Taylor's going to score. Well, that was an amazing try. Stewart went 360 degrees, hurdled a couple of fallen players, and was able to link up with that man, number 10, Taylor. Watch it. This is Stewart. There he goes, jumping through them. Got to the quarter line, saw Taylor back in there, and Taylor, the big prop, was able to barge over and score underneath the post.
Well, the Australian defence here, I think they're all staring at their big toe because there's very little reaction. Hey, you get him, not me. He just kept up marching up centre field, and he's got a receiver outside him, and he walk-won him.
And there's the kick. It's all level. 6 points all. Australia and New Zealand here at Lang Park. And Darryl Williams almost to the quarter line before he's put down. Framed as dummy half to Dean Bell. Out to Mercer. Mercer thought he saw a gap, and he's in the clear again. Mercer almost around Lewis, but Lewis was able to hold on to that ankle and pull him down. But a good run from Mercer, showing a nice step tonight. Now it's across to Wallace, to Stewart. And Stewart is caught 40 metres out from the New Zealand line. Taylor, Friend, Cooper, McGann, into Bell. Bell's to the quarter line, to the halfway mark, I should say, looking for support. Clubbing on the pace now, Bell. The pass is back from Mercer. Mercer stepping. Mercer's going to score. The Kiwis are in again. Well, what about that? New Zealand throwing the ball about, backing up, showing pace and deception. Have hit the front. That was Taylor getting it across to Friend. This was a great try. Look all the way. McGann linking up with Bell. Bell three-quarter pace. Got to the halfway mark. Now look for support. Clapped on a bit more pace to the quarter line. Saw Mercer there. Mercer had the pace and the step to come inside Shearer and score a great New Zealand try.
Well, the start of this play, Australia's defence out wide was very skinny. Now, and you see number 6, he went for the intercept and missed out, and they just got had that extra play on them, extra man.
Now Kevin Iro has it placed on the 10-metre line, on the 22-metre line as well. So on that junction, as he's had 1 from 2, and this 19-year-old, a lot of pressure on him tonight. And it's just to the left-hand side of the upright. So New Zealand retain the lead, 10 points to 6.
It's gone with the feed, right? Let's see what they can do. Out it comes. Look for the runners as Bell fires it out. And they've got some pace here as Williams joins in the back line. He gets it back to Bell. Bell trying to unload. He loses the ball. Gary Jack's got it for Australia. Gary Jack runs it out. He's taken down hard now. Cooper was the tackler, but the penalty's gone to New Zealand. Well, Jack explained this one to me. It looked like he was talking about somebody back-chatting.
Well, I don't know where he got that penalty. He must have enough green coupons or something, because I don't know how he produced it.
Well, Wally Lewis is ropeable, but there was an article up here in Brisbane saying this man will not tolerate any back chat on the field. Look at Tunks, he's not happy. Wally's really done the biscuit here. Oh, he's not happy at all, but they will warn the Australians that this fellow will not have anybody talk to him on a field. Gary Jack waiting for any rebound that might happen, but it's straight over, let me tell you. So it makes it 12 points to 6, and we're just minutes out from the half-time break, and the Kiwis on the boil here just before half-time. Let's see if they'll run it just before half-time. Up they go this time, it's Cooper. Cooper with a good pass, he gets it on to Hero. Hero puts it into gear, oh, they just get him. And he's only 10 metres out, and the Kiwis raining away. Can they get him before half-time? There's the chip kick for a drop goal, and yes, it's there. Well, they're scoring points every time they get into the Australian 22. And that wasn't a bad kick either from Cooper. Just got it up and it just crept over the bar, but that's all it's got to do for 1 point. 13 points to 6. New Zealand lead Australia. And there's the half-time hooter now. Well, what can Don Furner do to lift this Australian side? The Kiwis are running hot. They told me Kiwis can't fly. These birds are doing it tonight. Jack, I've said it all night, they look hungrier every time they get the ball, but this one goes to Australia's way. Lewis now gets it on to Gary Jack. Gary Jack straightens up, but they take him. 32 metres out from the line. They need to score in the next minute or so. Here's Davidson now. Davidson goes hard, but they get him. He unloads Davidson to Simmons. Simmons running around, throws a looper out for Shearer. He's had some work to do tonight. Shearer earned his keep. Played very well. Gone so close a number of times. Simmons a dummy half. Out for Pearce, on to Lewis. Lewis now, a little bust, but again, there's no one there, Jack. There's no one within striking distance, even if he could have unloaded the ball.
Well, he hasn't run the ball at all tonight, Wally. He's probably a little injured.
Chance now out wide as Johnston cut down, though. Again, it's scooped up by Shearer, then on to Sterling, but this defence comes barrelling through again. Darryl Williams, a Manly fullback, playing for the Kiwis tonight with a good tackle. Roy Simmons. Simmons kicks. Big high punt kick taken very well by Mercer, and he's taken in a big hard hit by O'Connor, who's tackled very well tonight. That one hurt Mercer. Here's Dean Bell. He's played well. They've all played well, this Kiwi side. Hurt this time, Dean Bell.
There's one thing for sure, New Zealand have won this game.
Okay, the ball's been taken off him by Wallace and played quickly. Right, Iro will play it. He's inside the 22, pretty deep. Comes back to Ilya. Then on to Lonigan. 3 minutes remaining. Well, Kiwis have the ball. And 13 to 6, and there's 3 Kiwi players down at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Here's another break now. Mark Elia up the field with a big striding run. Gary Jack coming at him. Elia stops and pops, and they bump him into touch. Well, a good run from Mark Elia, and that's really put this beyond Australia. Play down in the 22 area now. There'll be a scrum formed, and listen to the Kiwis. Listen to this crowd. Up goes the chant, Kiwi, Kiwi, Kiwi. Lewis gets it under Gary Jack. Australia not giving up yet. Gary Jack makes a break, but he's taken midfield. 32 metres out from the Australian line. Just minutes remaining now. This will be an historic win for New Zealand if they pull it off, as Johnston now makes his charge. Look at the New Zealand team. Tony Gordon, what a moment for him. The man that took over from Graham Lowe. They said the only man that could coach a New Zealand side till victory. 17 seconds and counting down. Well, this is it. Jack Gibson has said the last play of the game. Up they come, and oh boy, there'll be some bruised egos in Australian Rugby League as the count goes down. It's all over. The Kiwis have won this test, and this crowd has erupted, and in all fairness, they're showing plenty of respect for the Kiwis too. Look at McGahn, the captain. What a moment for them. Lonigan, Stewart, the emotion is high. Furner's face tells it all. Look at the faces that tells the story. A wonderful victory. Up they go, the war dance, the victory dance is done, and I tell you what, they'll be celebrating over in the land of the long white cloud. Bondi will erupt tonight as the Kiwis come out and salute their supporters. What a great moment here at